In this video, we are going to explore how to annotate and solve inequality word problems. So to annotate, we're going to be using the cubes method. And in the cubes method, we're going to go through each letter. To solve this problem, we're going to be using the cubes method. Each letter stands for a specific step, and we'll go through each letter step by step to get through this problem. Right, so the first thing to do here is to read our question. So Chelsea has $45 to spend at the fair. She spends $20 on admission and $15 on snacks. She wants to play a game that costs $0.65 per game. Write an inequality to find the maximum number of times x Chelsea can play the game. Using this inequality, determine the maximum number of times she can play that game. So we're going to go ahead and first we're going to circle our numbers. Then we're going to underline our question. B stands for boxing our operation. So here we'll have spends, which will represent our minus. She gives her money away. She gives some of her $45 away. And, which will represent plus. Costs shows that she's going to be giving money, so it's going to be a positive value. Per game, per would mean multiply in this case. And maximum will actually give us our inequality. The maximum amount of money she has to spend is $45. So that would be the top. The inequality of that describes is less than or equal to. Since we have no information we need to eliminate, that's what E stands for, we're going to go ahead and solve. So first we have to identify our variable, identify our let statement. So we're going to let x equal the number of times she can play the game. And we know that she spends $20 on admission and $15 on snacks. So you got to take that away. She's spending it. You got to take that away from the 45. And she wants to see how many games she can play if there's 65 cents each, and 65 per game. So you multiply 65 cents times x to get that value. So this is the inequality you would set up. That answers the first question. Write an inequality to find the maximum number of times x Chelsea can play the game. And now we have to solve this inequality to get the last answer. Determine the maximum number of times she can play this game. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is combine this right side because they're all like terms, which will give me the following. 65 cents times x is less than or equal to the $10 she has left. And to get the number of times she can play the game, we're going to divide by 65 cents on both sides. To get x is less than or equal to 15.384. So the number we're looking for is a whole number below 15.384. The largest whole number below that would be 15. Therefore, Chelsea can play the game a maximum of 15 times. I always recommend to use the cubes method to make these really complex problems a little less tricky.